In the Federation, at least within the inner core of planets, there is no pain, no hurt, no need. If you want food or medicine, you simply get it. A discussion on healthcare, universal healthcare, is non-existent for the members of the Federation, because those whims are taken care of. Though it is interesting how the Federation isn't willing to offer this blessing to the rest of the universe. When I look at the medical capabilities and the healthcare overall for the Federation, it's a weird evolution. In the 22nd and 23rd century, medicine was still rustic. Certainly in the 23rd century, they were far more advanced than the 22nd, and especially today, but medicine still did not feel like it had developed completely. They couldn't, at least at that time, fix everything. This, of course, changed in the 24th century. When we analyze the Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, and Voyager, the abilities within medicine is unprecedented. The replicator effectively allows them to make any medicine that ever existed, and they could heal nearly every issue. Now, of course, there would be times when there were medicines only at a certain base or certain things couldn't be replicated, but overall, I think most would agree that sickness had been defeated in a large sense. From what we can tell, this knowledge and advantage is shared within the entirety of the Federation. Hell, I imagine it's one of the largest selling points. You match the medical knowledge to destroy most disease with the invention of the replicator, and how powerful of a selling point is that? It's almost worth a conversation to see if the Federation uses it as a bargaining chip or to keep members within the Federation. I mean, what wouldn't worlds agree to get this knowledge? We also know that doctors would travel across the galaxy to enjoy and engage in quote-unquote frontier medicine in order to help the unwashed masses. So it's not like there wasn't a want to help people, but here's the rub. For all the Federation's sense of nobility, sense of honor, the UFP could basically stop pain to a large degree by simply offering their medical services and knowledge to the entire universe, free of charge. But they chose not to. While it's not a perfect analogy, just to draw a real-world illusion, the UFP, the Federation, is effectively choosing to withhold medicine. They're rationing healthcare to only those within their borders in an age that they ultimately have infinite resources. Now I know, many will try to counter this and they'll say, well, the resources aren't actually infinite, that there is a finite amount. But I find that hard to believe. They can go anywhere in the galaxy. The replicator either uses pure energy or some small form of matter to make anything they want, and they don't seem to be running out of supplies. And again, when you have the resources of the Federation, you're not exactly hurting. Now there are, of course, other common arguments. You could state the Prime Directive, everything needs to lead to its natural progression, that you can use medicine for evil too. You don't know what people would do with it. You can make drugs for addiction as much as for healing. People could use the research for medical procedures and turn that into a form of torture. But let me ask you this. Would the needs of the many outweigh the ills of the few? Certainly, anything you do will have negative consequences, but if the net good value is more than the net negative value, why not? Imagine the advancements Bajor could have had and would have made, and how better off they would have been if they had had all of the medical technology that you could find on a Galaxy-class starship. And it's possible to still have some limits, perhaps giving only to those with warp technology that understand how advancements work. The animus of this video is in part due to a few requests for breakdowns of the quote-unquote medical episodes that involved Voyager and Deep Space Nine. Specifically, Voyager's critical care and the overall feel of what Bashir was doing on Bajor. Unfortunately, the more I studied and looked into these episodes, the less enthused I was about their breakdowns. In Voyager's critical care, it had an interesting discussion on rationing, but didn't give us enough information on what was happening to the civilization to speak to the situation intelligently, and the more I looked at Bashir, the more I came up with the overall questions that are presented here. I may do a video on critical care, maybe an on trial, let me know what you guys think, but mainly, why does the Federation share all of its medical knowledge to help out the entirety of the universe? In TNG, DS9, and Voyager, it does appear that while they are willing to help, the technology and methods are kept quite secret. In today's world, it seems like there is a large want and need to share our medical knowledge. This helps humanity overall, so why isn't the Federation doing the same thing? What do you guys think? Is the Federation justified in holding its medical knowledge? Let me know in the comments below.